Okay, let's talk to Abraham from California. What's up, Abraham?
Hello, Shogun.
Hello.
You're my favorite fighter. I was very happy when
Thank you very much.
When you beat Machida the second time. I almost cried. I was so happy because
Thank you.
you were very unlucky the first time when the decision went against you and Pride as well. You couldn't take the light heavyweight belt because of your friend Vandalay. So it's very good now that you have your opportunity with the title now. In your first fight, you're going to fight a wrestler, and you had a little bit of problems with wrestlers in your first two UFC fights. So what are you going to do differently this time, and what are you going to do to combat the stalling that some of the top wrestlers from Greg Jackson's camp have been doing?
Você teve um pouco de dificuldade nas suas duas primeiras lutas no UFC, na parte do wrestling. E o que você vai fazer diferente então dessa vez para o wrestling do Rashad? E como você pretende neutralizar essas características do pessoal do Greg Jackson que tem se dado tão bem no UFC atualmente?
Eles têm uma equipe forte, né? O Rashad é um cara que vem também do wrestling. Eles têm uma equipe forte que estuda bem o adversário, mas eu também tenho uma equipe forte também que estuda também bem o adversário. Com certeza eles vão me estudar, vão fazer a tática da luta, mas nós também temos equipe, nós também temos tática de luta e nós vamos treinar em cima disso também. Acho que com certeza vai ser uma luta boa, uma luta que eu pretendo fazer uma luta boa para os meus fãs e para os fãs do MMA, né? E com certeza, se nós vimos uma luta, dependendo de mim, uma luta solta e não agarrada.
Well, most certainly, Rashad Evans comes from a great camp with Greg Jackson. They have a very good team. They really are good strategists. They study the fights well and they develop good strategies. But I also have a very good team, and we also develop good strategies and watch the fights and break them down very efficiently. And the same way that I'm sure they are studying me and developing a strategy and coming ready, we will do the same. We'll come ready. We have a team for that. We'll work hard and we'll be prepared to face the challenges that they may present. Surely I'm gonna make my best, and we're gonna work hard to make a great fight for my fans and for the MMA fans, and we're gonna be ready.
There you go, Abraham.
Thank you, and it's a pleasure to speak to Shogun. He's my favorite fighter, definitely, and good luck, and hopefully you don't have to fight in Dubai, Abu Dhabi, because I don't want to have to wake up early in the morning to watch you fight, but good luck.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Shogun. Thank you. Good luck.
Thanks for the call, Abraham.
All right, this comes from Buffalo Blue in our chat. Ask Shogun who he likes in the Ryan Bader and John Jones fight.
Quem você acha que vai ganhar entre o Ryan Bader e o John Jones?
That's a good question. I think so the John Jones win, but it's a very difficult fighter.
We understood it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's move on to Angelo in Milwaukee. What's going on, Angelo?
Hey, Gigi, how are you guys?
Doing good. How about you?
Hi.
Good. Hi, Shogun. Thanks for coming in, and congratulations on everyone.
Hi, thank you very much.
The MMA award.
Hi.
Thank you.
I just have two quick questions here. I know typically, your permanent or your residence is Brazil, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And when you fight in the States, can you kind of give us an idea of how you approach your training camp as far as how many weeks you are typically in Brazil, and maybe at what point do you come over to the States? Is that something you want to do early or later? Or can you just give us an idea of how you work that now?
Você mora no Brasil e você luta muito aqui nos Estados Unidos e tal. Então, queria poder dar uma ideia para a galera de como você faz essa adaptação, se você vem com muita antecedência, se você não vem, quanto tempo antes você vem, até quanto tempo você fica no Brasil antes da luta, como funciona essa parte?
I live in Brazil and I go to fight 1 week ago to fight.
Before the fight.
And for me it's okay. Pra mim eu me adapto bem uma semana e é isso, acho que uma semana eu fico uma semana antes da luta nos Estados Unidos só.
Yeah, like he said, we come 1 week before the fight, somewhat 1 week before the fight to the US or to the country where we're fighting, and he adapts himself well, so it's enough. It's more than okay, and this is always the routine we do.
Okay, I appreciate it. And then lastly, I know this is kind of assuming a lot, but I know you're kind of scheduled for your fight in March, and the UFC's talked about going to Brazil for a fight later this summer. Can you give us an idea of how important that would be to you? Would you push to be on that card? And what would it mean to fight for the UFC in your own country?
Thank you, Angelo, for the call.
A gente sabe que você provavelmente deve lutar em março, mas a gente sabe também que o UFC está planejando, parece os boatos, um evento no Brasil no verão, verão daqui, né? E se você, quando você acha que vai ser a importância disso desse evento no Brasil, qual a importância, e se é uma coisa que você gostaria, que você pretende fazer parte desse card e tal?
Eu acho que com certeza eu gostaria, acho que tenho um sonho de estar no Brasil, perto da minha família, perto dos meus amigos, então eu acho que seria muito importante isso para o Brasil, porque o Brasil hoje é o grande celeiro mundialmente de atletas de MMA, né? Então acho que com certeza para o Brasil seria bom, porque no Brasil tem muito a crescer esse esporte ainda, e eu tenho certeza que o UFC no Brasil iria dar um up legal no esporte no Brasil.
Yeah, actually having the UFC in Brazil would be very important and will be very important for the whole sport in Brazil because it would really open the gates for a lot of stuff. Brazil is a birthplace of so many great fighters in MMA, and having the UFC, the big show in the country, would help everybody to really develop more and to the media to open up and everything else. And I would personally like very much to fight in that card because I have this dream of fighting nearby my family, nearby my friends, and being able to be around the people that I love. So it's both a great personal meaning and a great meaning for the sport of MMA in Brazil.
Okay. Mauricio, I wanted to ask you, before the last fight, UFC 113 in Montreal, a report had come out from Franklin McNeil of ESPN that you had an existing knee injury. You went out, you won the title, and nobody really asked anything afterwards because no sense in offering is an excuse because you won. But in that fight, can you share, were you 100% in terms of your knee or prior to the fight?
Houve boato antes da sua última luta no UFC 113, o Franklin McNeil da ESPN deu uma nota que você estaria machucado, estaria entrando na luta com uma contusão no joelho, etc, etc. Você ganhou, não faria sentido nenhum ficar especulando, mas passado esse tempo você pode falar o que realmente aconteceu, se você entrou 100%, não entrou, se você entrou machucado, como é que foi essa história?
Não, eu machuquei meu joelho, mas não foi nada sério. Machuquei uma semana antes, mas foi só uma dorzinha assim, o médico falou que não foi nada demais, mas isso me superei e na luta não senti nada.
Well, actually I hurt my knee about a week before traveling to the fight or something like that, and but it was not nothing major. It was just some minor pain. I went to the doctor. Doctor said that I had nothing. So, I mean, I just came to the fight, and thank God, I mean, even though there was this little setback, I was able to overcome myself to really do my best, and it really didn't matter, right. I mean, obviously.
And during the fight is when he injured it then, and that's why he had the surgery in Los
Angeles?
E
aí você machucou durante a luta também, por isso que teve que fazer a cirurgia, se machucado durante a luta?
Eu machuquei durante a luta, por isso que eu operei o joelho, por causa que eu machuquei durante a luta. Então.
Yeah, and that's why he had surgery in the knee, because he tore the ACL during the fight, you know, precisely on the second takedown attempt that Lyoto stuff then ended up on top. So that's the reason why he had to have the surgery.
Did he know it was an ACL at the moment it happened?
Você sentiu que era cruzado na hora da contusão?
Não, na hora da luta eu senti que o meu joelho estralou, mas eu não sabia o que era. Daí eu Quando eu comecei a ver Chara, começou a doer, inchar bastante, eu já fiquei preocupado já. Mas eu tava com o título, então eu tava tranquilo, né? Isso que importa. Eu acho que daí eu fui pra Toronto e fui no médico, e o médico falou que eu machuquei o ligamento. Fiquei muito chateado, mas ao mesmo tempo eu tava com o título, então isso que me amenizava, né?
Well, actually, during the fight, I felt my knee pop. I knew that I had hurt it, but I didn't know how or what happened with the knee, the severity or what ligament, whatever had happened. Then after the fight, when I started walking towards the locker room, I started to feel the pain, so I understood that something was wrong with my knee, but I had a belt, which was the most important thing, so I was happy it didn't really bother that much. Then after the fight, I went to Toronto for some days, visited the doctor, and then the doctor said that I had tore my ACL. But I had the belt, like I said, and this was my biggest comfort, you know, to be able to know that I had the belt and the mission was accomplished.
I want to ask a question about family. We mentioned that a little earlier, and a lot of fans would like to see Ninja in the UFC. Now, I remember, a while ago, Joe Lazon, he fought on the same card with his brother, and he was really excited about it. But then afterwards, he stated that knowing his brother was fighting on the same card, there was a little bit of anxiety that might have gotten in his head and played a part in his fight. Can you ask him if that were to come to fruition?
Yeah,
would he ever want to fight on the same card?
Actually, they fought in Pride on the same card.
Yeah. How does that work mentally?
Yeah, como é que foi essa relação de irmãos? Muitos fãs às vezes falam, pô, o Ninja teria que vir pro UFC, etc e tal. E ele lembrou do Joe Lozon, que já lutou com o irmão dele no mesmo card no UFC. E como é que seria essa sensação para você de lutar um dia no mesmo card que teu irmão? Eu falei que isso já aconteceu no Pride. Então ele perguntou como é que foi essa experiência de ansiedade, muda alguma coisa, de os dois lutarem no mesmo card.
Na verdade, eu fico mais nervoso quando meu irmão luta do que quando eu luto. Então, a gente já lutou e acho que com certeza seria uma coisa que eu queria muito, assim, né? Meu irmão lutou comigo no mesmo cara. Acho que a gente sempre se ajuda, então seria uma coisa legal, acho, assim, pra minha família, pros meus fãs, pros fãs deles também, pros fãs dele também. Então acho que seria uma coisa legal, uma coisa que eu gostaria que acontecesse de novo.
Well, Actually, I get much more nervous when my brother is fighting than when I'm fighting. It's a little different. And it already happened that we fought on the same card. And I mean, obviously there's some anxiety and all that, but it was very nice, and it's something that I would really want to have happening again. We're fighting together on the same card, because I think it would be very good for my fans, for the family, for his fans, for all of us, to have and it's a desire, a dream of mine that I would like to see happening again.
All right, we're going to take a quick commercial right here, and we're going to reset the stage. Got just a couple more questions for Mauricio and Eduardo, and again, we're very gracious of the time you're spending here with us.
Thank you.
Mauricio, I do want to ask you, when we come back, about a story that Vanderlei once shared with us. There's a saying, 2 sides to a story, but it involves a dog and a sparring session. So give us a couple minutes. We will be right back on MMA Junkie Radio.
Okay.